in car number 13. On the outside from Dannemora, it is Andrew Bordeaux in the 08. Row 3 on the inside, Freeman Sawyer from West Shazy is in the 51. Outside from Essex, New York, it's Josh Terry in the 43. And shotgun on the field in the Junk is Beautiful number 2. That's Metalman. He's from Clayburgh. 7 cars ready to run. Green flag is out. We kick off another Saturday night of short track racing action at the Big A. Great weather and hopefully good racing all night long. Rick Donor has the lead off of turn number 2. Donor had to do a little work on his car this week after he had some contact under yellow with the number 98 of Brian Crisp. Brian ended up with a week off because of that incident under yellow. Rick Donor will lead the first lap of the evening. He's got a car length advantage over Joe Warren with that car number 13. Donor's been strong with the 1 for the first 3 weeks, although obviously had the mishap last week and had to rally for a decent finish. But Joe Warren, the 13, he's also been one of the top contenders, as is evidenced by his victory last Saturday night. He's been running consistently, had a 3rd place finish in week number 2. Andrew Bordeaux in the 08, he is back, and he's been running basically every other week. I think plans might be for more appearances from that 08 team, and Andrew Bordeaux ran well a couple of weeks ago when he was last here, and he is running 3rd right now. Josh Terry in car number 43 is in the 4th position. 5th, it is car number 28 for Ryan Boutin. And then it's a gap back to Freeman Sawyer in the 51 and Metalman in the number 2. Rick Donor's lead is up to 3 car lengths going to turn number 3. Joe Warren in car number 13, a little sideways going to the 4th turn, and he will lose another car length off the 4th turn. We're halfway in the first qualifier. Rick Donor with the Gordon Oil Company, Sales Construction, Brook and Irwin Insurance, number 1, showing the way by 3 off turn number 2. Joe Warren has the Freihofer 13 in the 2nd spot, and then it's the 08 of Bordeaux running in 3rd, just a half car length off his back bumper, the 43 of Josh Terry. Those 4 cars continue to run single file around the racetrack. Terry taking a peek to the outside of the 08. He's still about a half car length though off the back of the 08 car, and then a big gap back to Ryan Boutin in car number 28, and the same distance back to Freeman Sawyer in the 51, who is running in the 6th position. They race off the 4th turn, 2 laps to go for Rick Donor. Donor started on point in this first qualifier. Joe Warren running in that 2nd spot. He appears to be a little bit loose in turn number 2 as well as off of the 4th turn. Andrew Bordeaux is running right off of his back bumper and is looks like thinking about sticking the nose underneath, maybe trying to contend for that 2nd spot. Here comes Rick Donor off turn number 4. White flag for Rick Donor. Rick Donor shows the way with a 1 car. Joe Warren hang out of that 2nd spot. Likes that top line. Andrew Bordeaux trying to get traction on the inside to go after the 2nd spot, but his car is slipping and sliding as well down on the inside. And looks like Joe's going to be able to hold him off for 2nd. No question out front. It's Rick Donor in car number 1 with a win. 2nd to Joe Warren. 3rd to Andrew Bordeaux. 4th goes to Josh Terry. 5th, it will be the 28 of Ryan Boutin. In the 6th spot, it is Freeman Sawyer in the 51. And 7th goes to Metalman. To start the season in car number 25, he's from Fairfax, Vermont. Green flag, 7 cars going to qualifier number 2. How about 3 wide? 3 wide going into turns 1 and 2. Well, it boils back down to 2 wide. The 44 had to get on the binders as he pushed to the top of the track. And the 23 of John Boutin started to slide back a little bit on the inside. Lance Raptoy in car number 11, he had mechanical problems last week, and they worked through much of the night to get him back out on the racetrack in the feature event. Lance is running 3rd right now with car number 11, but it's side-by-side racing out front. The 5 of Mark Caron bobbles in turn number 2. Kenny St. Germain is topside, and he's got the lead with car number 40. Mark Caron trying to hang with him, working that inside line around the racetrack. Here they come off turn number 4. It's going to be a drag race for the lead, and it's Kenny St. Germain by 2 feet. St. Germain in car number 40 has the lead. Mark Caron in the 5 car again, bobbles over there in turn number 2. St. Germain tries to pull away. Caron's on it, though. Caron's pulling even going to turn number 3. Good seesaw battle for the lead, and it's tight racing for the 3rd spot now as Tyler Terry's coming through on the inside. Side-by-side racing for the first 4 spots. Throw a blanket on the top 4 cars, and you got your point leader running right behind them in the 5th spot. Tyler Terry, is he thinking maybe 3 wide? There was a little bit of an opening there off turn number 2. If he can keep that car down on the inside, the 5 is pushing up a little bit off the 2nd turn. We'll see if Terry's going to be in a position where maybe he could take advantage off of turn number 2. Halfway in this 2nd qualifier. Right now, he's a little bit too far off the back of that 5 car, and he can't quite get to the inside off the 2nd turn. Well, it's Mark Caron from the inside taking the lead back, going to turns 3 and 4. Back and forth, they go with the lead. St. Germain sliding back a little bit right now with car number 40. Tyler Terry's coming after him for that 2nd spot. Mark Caron has cleared him. Nice job by Mark Karen with that inside line. The 5 car has the lead. Tyler Terry in the 44 trying to take second away from Kenny St. Germain. He's got it in the middle of the backstretch. They go to turn number 3. The 44 still has the nose in front for that second spot. St. Germain in car number 40 on the top side trying to hang on to third. And he is in the third position. Lance Raptoy in car number 11 trying to get to the inside of the 40 car, but the inside line not really working as well as Lance would like. And Kevin Booten wants to run the 25, but he's been snookered. The 25 can't move to the inside, can't go to the top because that'd be pushing it right up against the wall, and you have to make a 3-wide move. White flag, 1 to go for Mark Karen. Tyler Terry is looking outside. Can he make something happen in the final lap? Terry tries to pull even off of 2. Look at him, power off the top of turn number 2, and Tyler Terry goes to the lead going into the third turn. Tyler Terry driving it into turn number 4. Here he comes along the front stretch. It's going to be a last lap pass for the win by Tyler Terry. Mark Karen is second. Third goes to Kenny St. Germain. Fourth, it looked like Kevin Booten. Fifth, Trailer Sales, Shumway Insurance, Cody Sign Appeal number 22 from Peru. That's Rob Favreau. Outside in the 4th starting spot in the D's Pit Stop, CNN Hobbies, High Voltage Designs, Richards Tree Service, Lake City RC Speedway, 70, Jason McClatchy. Back to row number 3 on the inside, 5th starting spot. First time out this year in the Hearts and Total Opening Mountain Valley Integrated Solutions 07 from Peru. That is Jimmy Varno. And shotgun on the field to the H2O well drilling car from Milton, Vermont. That's Robert Gordon. 6 cars take the green flag in qualifier number 3. Side by side racing out front. 3 wide off the second turn. McClatchy trying to thread the needle with car number 70. Favreau's down on the inside. Woodard's on the outside. 3-car battle for second continues, and McClatchy's going to come on through. That's a good move by Jason McClatchy. Threading the inside, and the 22 of Rob Favreau says, not so fast, young man. Favreau in the 22 trying to take that second position back. The 357 shows the way. McClatchy in car number 70 cooking on the outside. The 22 of Favreau trying to hang with him down on the inside. And we're going to have a battle for the lead shaping up in just a second. The 357 of Seymour works that inside line. McClatchy working on the top, trying to draw even off turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Rob Favreau's 22 appears to be stout as well. He wants to run with the big boys. And look who's closing in also, the H2O of Robert Gordon, who runs in the 4th spot. Side by side racing for the lead, and at the line it looked like the 357 on the inside by about a half a foot. Now it's McClatchy in car number 70 taking the lead off turn number 2. The 357 comes back after him on the inside, drives it deep into turn number 3. The 70 a little sideways going into turn number 4, but he is going to have the lead this time at the line. Jason McClatchy takes the lead away. That outside line working well for the 70. Robert Gordon watching that line come to life, and he is after it as well on the outside. Seymour in the 357 runs in the 2nd spot. Robert Gordon running 3rd on the outside, trying to take 2nd away from Seymour. And then it's Rob Favreau in car number 22 down on the inside line. Close racing from the Renegades in their qualifiers. And it's what we're used to at Airborne with this division. It's been a division of parity. We have a champion for the last 2 seasons in Kevin Booten, but there's a number of teams that on a fairly regular basis end up in victory lane at the end of the night. 2 laps to go for the 70 of Jason McClatchy. Curtis Seymour in car number 357 hanging on to that 2nd spot. The H2O of Gordon is rim riding around the track trying to get the pickup off turn number 2. He's in that 3rd spot, but he has not really been able to get to the 357's door to take that 2nd spot away or challenge for that 2nd spot. 1 lap to go for the 70 of McClatchy. His lead is a good 8 car lengths heading off into turns 1 and 2. Curtis Seymour's 357 holding down the 2nd spot. Side-by-side battle is for 3rd between the 22 and the H2O. Right now it's the H2O on the outside who has that 3rd spot. Here they come off of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. The win's going to go to Jason McClatchy. 2nd is Curtis Seymour. 3rd it is Robert Gordon at the line, and finishing in the 4th spot is car number covering 19, Jesse Mueller, the 17-year-older from Olmstedville, New York. Row number 3 on the inside, car number 3. He's from Post and Kill. That's Andy Lindeman, finished 3rd last week. Outside from Bloomingdale in the 55, Matt Woodruff. Row number 4 on the inside from West Shazy, it's Craig Reel in the CO2. Outside, last week's winner in the number 1, that is Pierre Bertillon. Shotgun on the field from Clintonville, New York. It's Greg Atkins in the 1. Here they come off turn number 4, green flag. Qualifier number 1 for the Ernie's Discount Tools Modifieds. They're flying off into turns 1 and 2. Roger Labreche has the lead with the numero 3 wide down the backstretch. Greg Atkins goes to the inside. Craig Reel in the CO2 gets on the binders. He backed out of it as he was a little bit fearful of a 3-wide move going to the third and fourth turn. Out front it is the 100 for Labreche. Second is Durgan with a 17. Third is Vernold with a 97. That team's had a rough start to the season after Chris was the top-running rookie campaigner last year at Airborne, looking to get their season really going tonight. He's running third with a 97 machine. Greg Atkins, one of the good stories here at Airborne so far in 2012. Greg is the third-place point man, 14 points behind point leader Todd Stone. Greg Atkins started dead last in this qualifier, and he is fourth in that number 1 New York. Started ninth, and he's up to the fourth spot. So the leader is Roger Labreche in the numero 100. The second place runner is Jason Durgan's number 17. Third is Vernold in the 97. Fourth is Atkins in the 1 New York. Andy Lindemann runs in the fifth position with a 3. Then it's Jesse Mueller in car number 19 running in sixth. Seventh is Craig Riel with a CO2. Last week's winner, Pierre Berthiaume. Again, you speak to the level of competition here at Airborne with the modifieds. Last week's winner is running 8th in the first qualifier. In the 9th spot, Matt Woodruff with a double nickel. Halfway in qualifier number 1 for Roger Labreche in the 100. Then it's Durgan in car number 17. The 1 of Atkins has gone to third. Greg Atkins started 9th, now in the 3rd spot, sizing up Jason Durgan to perhaps take away the 2nd position. Atkins has really started the season strong, and here he comes to the inside of Durgan going for 2nd of 1. Greg Atkins in the 1 New York about to take 2nd away from Jason Durgan. He'll pull away down the backstretch. He takes the 2nd spot. Leader Roger Labreche has a half straightaway lead over the 1 of Atkins. Running in 3rd now Durgan. 4th is Vernold with a 97. Strung out from there on back, Andy Lindemann runs in the 5th position. 6th is Mueller. 7th is Craig Riel. 8th is Pierre Berthiaume, and running in 9th is the double nickel for Matt Woodruff. Roger Labreche, an impressive run out front. He's got a big lead, and he's got 2 to go. The St. Remy, Quebec driver, the overlay graphics number 100, leads by half the backstretch over the 1 New York of Greg Atkins. At number 100 has never, I can't recall a top 5 finish. Mueller takes the 19 back to the garage area. A white flag is out for Labreche. He certainly, with handicap, should start near the front, and he is making a statement now. This could be a car to watch tonight. A convincing win in his first qualifier, picking up the victory from St. Remy, Quebec, and the number 100, Roger Labreche. Finishing in the 2nd spot, Greg Atkins with a good drive from 9th to 2nd. 3rd is Jason Durgan. 4th is Chris Vernold. 5th, Andy Lindemann. 6th to Craig Riel. 7th to Pierre Berthiaume. 8th, Matt Woodruff with the double Saranac Lake. That's pistol Patrick Dupree. Dupree, the winner in week number 1. Saranac Country Store Fournier Equipment 24 machine starts 6th. Row number 4 on the inside, Gayosa Wine and Spirits 80 for Morrisonville's Andy Haywood. Outside, first appearance of the year in the Finger Lakes Auto Machine number 3, all the way from Hannibal, New York. That's Andy Powell. And shotgun in the field, he's been lightning quick since the drop of the green from Candiac, Quebec. Patrice McGrail starts 9th. Green flag. Dan Brown, the 327, shows the way. Mike Labreche in the 99 runs in the 2nd spot. It's a brand new machine for Patrick Dupree. The man in black tonight goes 3 wide, going into turns 3 and 4, taking it right up towards the wall off the 4th turn. Dupree eventually backed out of it as he looked to make a move around Mike Wells, and now he'll try to make that move over in 1 and 2. He's got McGrail right behind him with the Fastenal-sponsored number 10. So you've got some good cars that are trying to roar out of the back of the pack, and right now they're trying to chase down Dan Brown in car number 327. That's the Sutton, Quebec driver. Brown in the 327 shows the way. Then you get the TDI-sponsored B3 for Aaron Bartamy. He is from Champlain, New York. Running in the 3rd spot now, Mike Labreche with the number 99. But here comes Max Vienne in the 25. He's got room down on the inside, and Max Vienne's going to go to 3rd. St. Césaire, Quebec's Max M. Vienne goes to the 3rd spot. Running at 4th is Mike Labreche. Here comes Pat Dupree looking inside. That car pushed over in turn number 2. Got enough bite to move underneath Labreche, and now he's sizing up the 25 of Vienne. Inside out, the 24 will go to the top to try to move around Max Vienne, and he will at the line. Patrick Dupree goes to 3rd. Following him around the racetrack is Pat McGrail. Where the man in black goes, McGrail seems to follow. Dupree running in 3rd. Max Vienne slicing and dicing with the 10 of Pat McGrail for the 4th position as we're halfway in the first qualifier. Aaron Bartamy in the B3, able to work around the 327 of Dan Brown. He has the lead out front. Brown now in the 2nd spot. 3rd, it is Patrick Dupree. We're watching some of the racing of Dupree and McGrail working their way towards the front. While we were doing that, Aaron Bartamy was busy taking the lead away from Dan Brown. Bartamy is the race leader, and he is pulling away from Brown in the 327. He's got it up to about 10 car lengths off turn number 2. Almost half the backstretch for the B3 of Bartamy. And it is the 327 of Brown, the 24 of Patrick Dupree. And it's car number 10 for Patrice McGrail running in the 4th spot. 5th is Max Vienne in car number 25. Brown lights up that right rear tire as Dupree continues to close in. He'll be making a bid perhaps for that 2nd spot. Now McGrail coming after Dupree on the inside. Pat McGrail in car number 10 trying to take the 3rd position away from the 24 of Patrick Dupree. 2 strong cars running wheel to wheel over in turn number 2. Again, Brown using up that right rear tire. McGrail looks inside. Will it be a 3-wide move? No. The 10 backs out of it going to the 3rd turn. White flag is out. Aaron Bartamy's going to win this one, but all eyes are on 2nd. That's where Dan Brown, the 327, has the 2nd spot. Dupree to the top. Oh, he is slowed in turn number 2. Something perhaps wrong with the 24 as he's fallen way off the pace. McGrail running in the 3rd position. Looks like he's going to be content with 3rd. Bartamy wins it. 2nd, it's going to be Brown. 3rd is McGrail. 4th is Pat Dupree. 5th is Max Vienne. 6th to Andy Haywood. 7th to Michael Abresh. 8th to Mike Wells. And 9th goes to Andy Powell. Driving the Eaglefield Ford Riley Ford sample lumber sponsored from Shazy. That is Leon Gagno. Outside row number 3, the 6th starting spot. He is the driver of the Champlain Construction G-Stone Motors Port Henry Service 78 from Brandon, Vermont. It is Vince Quinville. Row 4 on the inside, 7th starting position. On board the Dragoons Farm Equipment, Bigor Supply, L&M Sunoco sponsored machine from Morris Forks. That's Chris Kaye in the 18. Outside Kaye in the Attache Chateauguay Reese Towing Products 49. He's from Chateauguay, Quebec. That is Richard Tesseur. Shotgun on the field. And the G-Stone Motors sponsored 1X from Middlebury, Vermont. That's our point leader, Todd Stone. 9 cars ready to run. Qualifier number 3, green flag. 0 of Todd Ormsby out front. The 0-2 of Mike Riel trying to move right on past. They run wheel to wheel going to turn number 3. Todd Ormsby's on the inside, Mike Riel on the outside. Ormsby skipping across turn number 4, and he's got the lead. Todd Ormsby leads. Mike Riel runs 2nd. Michel Vienne runs in the 3rd position. Leon Gagno is 4th in the 4th. Alain Fournier in the number 44 runs in the 5th spot. Right in on the inside is car number 78 of Vince Quinville. He'll take that 5th position away in the number 78 machine. Fournier in the 44 running now in the 6th position. Right behind him, he's got the 18 and the 49, and there's a yellow flag. Yellow flag out on the speedway. Some of the drivers reacting to that yellow call a little bit quicker than others. As the 49 of Tesseur goes flying off the top of time. Field is lined up properly. 7 cars are remaining in this 3rd and final qualifier for the Ernie's Discount Tools Modifieds. They're ready to roll again. Here they come off of turn number 4, down the front stretch. Green flags back out. Ormsby in the 0, in the lead. The 4 of Leon Gagno trying to come through on the inside. Michel Vienne the 25. The M25 is there. They are dead even going to 3 now. Leon Gagno slingshots to that 2nd spot down on the inside. Gagno will go to 2nd. Michel Vienne falling back to 3rd. Vince Quinville trying to move up with the 78. Quinville's going to go to the outside of the M25. Right behind there, it's Chris Kaye in the 18. Todd Stone, the point leader in the 1X, runs in the 6th spot. And it's Alain Fournier in the number 44 pulling up the rear. He is 7th with the 44 machine. Out front it is Todd Ormsby with a 0. Leon Gagno in the 4 car running in that 2nd position. And it's 3 car lengths back to Vince Quinville with a 78. Gagno sizing up the 0, peeking outside, now diving down to the inside of turn number 4. Here they race, a drag race to turn number 1 for the lead. Todd Ormsby trying to hold on to the lead. A middle line pushes up in turn number 2. The 4 sideways off turn number 2. Ormsby still with the lead going to 3. Couple of racing veterans at the front. Todd Ormsby with a 0. The 4 of Leon Gagno in that 2nd spot. Vince Quinville in the 78 running in 3rd. The 18 of Chris Kaye slowed along the front stretch, and he is headed back towards the garage area. Might have had some contact. The 18 and maybe the 1. Now it is again the 4 car of Leon Gagno in 2nd, and the yellow flag is out. Chris Kaye in the 18 looked like he was going to head back to the garage area, but then curiously he stayed out on the racetrack. Car comes to a halt over in turn number 2, and that is going to bring out a yellow flag.
He made contact in turn number 3 with the 1 of Todd Stone.
On the restart, as per the dirt car rule book, past the halfway point of this 3rd qualifier. So single file on the restart. 6 cars remain in qualifier number 3. Todd Ormsby, can he bring it home with a 0? Here he comes off turn number 4. Green flag is out. Leon Gagnon in the number 4, running in the second spot. It's the 78 of Vince Quinville running in third. Todd Stone, here he comes after Michel Vienne, trying to take fourth away. Leon Gagnon looking for the lead in 3, backed out. Todd Stone did not back out, and he takes that 4th spot away from Michel Vienne. Michel was our second place runner last week. A couple of Green Mountain boys looking to battle for the 3rd position. Middlebury's Todd Stone, Brandon's Vince Quinville in the 78. They run wheel to wheel for 3rd into turns 3 and 4. 2 laps to go for Todd Ormsby. Todd Stone, our point leader, is up to 3rd. Another car that started dead last, moving towards the front. We saw McGrail finish 3rd in the second qualifier. Atkins finished 3rd in the second qualifier. They all both started dead last. And now Stone from dead last to 3rd in this 3rd qualifier with a white flag out. Todd Ormsby started on point. He's trying to lead every lap. Leon Gagnon gets a lot of momentum off the top of turn number 2, trying to draw even into 3 and 4. Is there anything off the top of turn number 4? As the 0 goes way up the track. 3 wide for the win at the line. It looked like the 0 perhaps by inches. Leon Gagnon very close at the line. And it is Todd Ormsby who gets the victory with the...
Is Josh Laporte. Outside Laporte, it's the 7 of Josh Leclerc. Final car on the field, it's the 43 of Malcolm Woodward. So a very slow pace set by Collins in the 22. As they work slowly into turn 4 down the front stretch. And the green flag is out. After a very slow and dreary start, Collins takes the lead through 1 and 2. He brings Jason Chris with him on the inside as that outside line had to shoot down on the inside as the 07 of LaGrave held up Lavere. But Lavere's now down on the inside. A little bit of contact mid-pack. Laporte got into the 3 assigns, but he let him correct it. Lap number 1 is going to be led by Chad Collins. Jason Chris in the 54 looks down on the inside, looks Collins in the eye, and he's going to go right on by, but don't count Collins out. That progressive banking on the back shoots him even into turn number 3. We've got a car off of turn number 2. That's the 07 of LaGrave. LaGrave now coming back towards the track. Now he takes a left, and it looks like he's going to go back to the garage area. Out front, Jason Chris is the leader. CJ Lavere now challenging for the 2nd spot, but that progressive banking has been helping out Collins as he likes the top side. Into turn number 3, CJ Lavere takes the 2nd spot for good this time. Josh Leclerc looking to move through on the inside as we are halfway in qualifier number 1. Josh Leclerc now perhaps wants more. Looking down on the inside of Lavere. 3 wide, maybe off of turn number 2. Leclerc way down on the inside. Lavere in the middle. 4 wide, maybe into turn number 3. Nope, the 45 never got into it. But Josh Leclerc is going to come out with a 2 spot. Lavere kicked from 2nd back to 4th, but he's now looking to get 3rd back. Josh Laporte is now thrown into that mix as he's up on the high side, maybe trying a 3 wide move. Yes, he does. 3 wide in turn number 3. Collins hung up on the outside. That's not going to work for him this time. White flag is out for Jason Chris. Jason Chris in the 54 just has to hold off the 7 for half a track. And that's certainly something that he can do as he works through 3 and 4. Final time off of turn number 4. Jason Chris will win it. Josh Leclerc 2nd. 3rd off of turn number 4. Josh Laporte gets 3rd. 4th, CJ Lavere. And rounding out the top 5 is Chad Collins in the 22. Outside Sherman in the 86. That's Amber Turner. 2 rows back on the inside. It is the 03 of Heath Baker. Outside Baker in the 13 is Josh Lavarnway. 3 rows back on the inside. The 15 is Mark Ogier. Outside the 14 is Rob Clark. 4 rows back on the inside. It's the 02 of Eric Riel. The 11 of Mike Whalen. In the 10 is Sean Worley. Green flag is out as the 21 of Sherman got a great jump to the green flag. We got 1 car around in turn number 2. That's the 03 of Heath Baker. He gets into that safety tire. He turns it around, and he's now headed in the right direction. Back out front, we see Travis Sherman in the 21 with a pretty comfortable lead over that 86 of Amber Turner. Eric Riel now in that 02 takes the 3 spot away from Josh Lavarnway as he looks to the high side of Amber Turner into turn number 3. Eric Riel looks to pull even. Rob Clark is moving through on the inside as he takes the 5 spot away from Whalen and perhaps wants the 4th from Josh Lavarnway. Eric Riel in the 0-2 works his way around Amber Turner. The battle for 4th, you can throw 3 cars in that mix. As the 11 of Whalen works down on the inside, and he's looking to get down to the inside of Rob Clark, but Clark shuts the door in turn number 4. We're halfway as Eric Riel is the leader. Eric Riel in the 0-2 leads it. Travis Sherman second. Third is Rob Clark. 4th, Mike Whalen. 5th is Josh Lavarnway. 6th, Amber Turner. 8th is Mark Ogier. 9th is Sean Worley. And 10th is Heath Baker. 2 laps to go for Eric Riel. Mike Whalen in the 11 challenges for the 3rd spot. He gets a little sideways into turn number 1. He rights the ship and takes over the 3 spot. Rob Clark looks down on the inside, though, on the back stretch. Going into turn number 3, he gets the nose there. Maybe Whalen wants to run that high side and use that progressive banking. Eric Riel off of turn number 4 takes the white flag. Little touch from Clark and Whalen as they came down to take the white flag. Whalen had it by just a bit, but now they're looking to go past Travis Sherman. 3 wide off of turn number 2. Whalen splits the middle. As Whalen prevails with the 2nd spot, Sherman right now 3rd. Coming off of turn number 4, Eric Riel is your winner. 2nd is going to go to Mike Whalen. Battle for 3rd off of turn number 4 is going to go to Rob Clark. 4th to Travis Sherman. And rounding out the top 5, the 13 of Josh Lavarnway. Starting on point, it's the 79 of Jay LaGrave. Outside LaGrave, the 27, that's Adam Stickle. 2 rows back on the inside, it is the 19 of Ray Germain. Outside Germain, it's John Bradley in the 69. 3 rows back on the inside, that's Tim LaFountain. Outside the 6 of Ty Drown. Final row on the field, the 26 is Matt Brusso, and the 47, that's the car to watch. The 47 is Eric Sales. Here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Ray Germain wants to go right away as he makes it 3 wide into turn number 2. The 19 really can't go anywhere, but Adam Stickle, he gets it to work. 3 wide, maybe 4 wide as they work into turn number 3. Ty Drown comes out with the lead. Down on the inside, look out. LaGrave is sideways. Sales in the 47 is on the high side. Stickle got sideways. It's a whole mess as they work now into turn number 1, and Ty Drown has the lead. Matt Brusso went from that last row to 2nd in just 1 lap. 3 wide off of turn number 2. Bradley on the high side. In the 41 of LaFountain part the 19 of Ray Germain.
Backstretch on the first lap looked like the Walmart parking lot on Black Friday.
Adam Stickle has looped it between 3 and 4. He takes it down into the infield, and we stay under green. He now rejoins with what is the tail of the field. Ty Drown in the 6, sees halfway this time by, as he had trouble executing turn number 2. Eric Sales in the 47, we mentioned he got on the brakes to avoid that Black Friday Walmart parking lot on the first lap, and he works around the outside of Ray Germain trying to get into a qualifying spot. 2 laps to go for the 6 of Ty Drown. Matt Brusso is 2nd, Tim LaFountain is 3rd, 4th is John Bradley, 5th is now Eric Sales. 6th is Ray Germain, 7th Jay LaGrave, and 8th is Adam Stickle as he's having problems in turn number 3 and 4 again. White flag is out for Ty Drown. He's going to stay parked this time down on the inside of turn number 4. As maybe that safety tire that he plowed through has kept him there. For the final time off of turn number 4, Ty Drown wins it. 2nd is Matt Brusso. 3rd, Tim LaFountain. 4th, John Bradley. 5th is Eric Sales. And 6th to Ray Germain. Starting on point, it's the 28 of Eric Lozier outside the 99 of Sebastian Fournier. 2 rows back on the inside, it's the 24 of Chris Susi. Outside Susi in the 1, that's Jake Branham. 3 rows back on the inside, the 29, the point leader, that's Nick Haywood. Outside Haywood in the 46 is Joe Daniels. Final row on the field, the 35 is Mike Kinsman. and the 33 of Travis Bruno. Here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag. Side by side through turns 1 and 2 off of turn number 2. Sebastian Fournier looks to vault off the top side. Trouble on the backstretch is the 33 of Bruno. Kicks it up in the bunker.
He went 3 wide into 1 and 2. Is just way too hot in turn number 2 and went off.
Out front, Eric Lozier has the lead. Here comes Nick Haywood down on the inside for third. Susi back to fourth. Lozier very hot this time in turn number 4. That car doesn't want to turn left. Look out, and he punched the wall. He didn't hit it too hard, but he hit it hard enough to perhaps do some damage. Oh, maybe not. Looks like it's okay. But that car just didn't want to.
Side tires off the top of turn number 2, and he went into the bunker.
Well, that's a false start.
Yes, that would be a balk.
Give him the green light. We're going to let him go anyway. No one waved the green flag, but I guess we're going to let him go. They race through 3 and 4. Sebastian Fournier is the leader. Nick Haywood is second. Side by side off of turn number 4 as Susu is on the top side. And Jake Branham looking to move through on the inside for third. Got a challenge for the lead now as Nick Haywood in the 29 looks down on the inside of the 99 of Fournier. Off of turn number 4, halfway for the 99 of Fournier. Fournier in the 99 uses the top side, that progressive banking, but he's got Nick Haywood all over the back bumper. 3-car battle for the 3 spot as the 99 still holds off the 29 of Nick Haywood. Jake Branham is third. Look at the run this time off of turn number 2 for Nick Haywood. Haywood got right to the back bumper. Now looks down on the inside off of turn number 4, but still can't get there as popsicle sticks are out for Sebastian Fournier. The 33 of Bruno looks down on the inside for the 4 spot. Susi gets a little high off of turn number 2. They come off of turn number 4. White flag is out for Sebastian Fournier. Bruno now completes the pass for the 4 spot. Fournier drifts high in turn number 2. That leaves the door open for Nick Haywood. Into turn number 3. Fournier shuts the door. Haywood tries to stuff it down on the inside. No room there. Sebastian Fournier is going to win qualifier number 1. Second to Nick Haywood. Third, Jake Branham. 4th, Travis Bruno. 5th, Chris Susi. And 6th is Mike Kinsman.
Get him ready to go as well. Second qualifier for Sportsman Mods. Here's Rob.
Cody Almonds in the 7 on the front row. Outside is the 14 of John Michael Brissett. Drew is back on the inside. The 20 of Jamie LaFountain. Outside the R7 of Lonnie Rivers as they come down to take the green flag. Third row is the 03. That's Sir Speed, Speedy Brissett. The 1 New York is Brandon Atkins, and the 13 is Colleen Salisbury. They work down the backstretch. John Michael Brissett takes the lead from the outside. Lonnie Rivers looking to go with him on the high side. Cody Almond down on the inside. Lonnie Rivers on the high side. They work off of turn number 4. Lap number 1 is going to be led by John Michael Brissett. He gets on the binders. A little hot in turn number 1, and Lonnie Rivers took that car. He took a hard right to avoid slamming into the back end. Here comes Jamie LaFountain in the 20. He won a week ago. But Cody Almond's not going away in the 7 as he gets on the hammer down on the inside. Perhaps he's got a charge to the inside, but John Michael Brissett has it by a couple feet. Lonnie Rivers looks down on the inside of Cody Almond, backs out of that move. As John Michael Brissett and Cody Almond run wheel to wheel into turn number 3. Cody Almond a little sideways entering the corners, but he's going to come out with a lead this time as they mix it up a little bit down the front stretch. Speedy Brissett in the 0-3 looking to crack the top 5 as he's down on the inside of Brandon Atkins. John Michael Brissett is backsliding in that number 14 on the high side as Jamie LaFountain in the 20 looks to move through for third. Halfway. Speedy Brissett now also looks to utilize that far inside lane as a pair of teammates run side by side in battle for the 4 spot. Speedy on the inside, John Michael on the high side. Speedy down on the inside has 4th. Out front, it's Cody Almond in the 7.
Well, this is a good performance for Cody. I mean, you got Lonnie Rivers right behind him in second, and Lonnie's been very steady. Cody Almond's running well.
Yep. 2 to go this time for Cody Almond.
How about Jamie LaFountain?
Oh, Jamie LaFountain in the 20. Looks down on the inside of Lonnie Rivers. Looks like Lonnie's having trouble getting that car to turn left.
Yeah, Speedy Brissett,
Speedy
too.
Brissett down on the inside now. As Lonnie Rivers tries to get back on the high side. But again, Lonnie Rivers, he's having problems going through the corner in that R7.
Yeah, the streak for Mr. Second Place could be in jeopardy.
White flag was out for Cody Alman. Does Jamie LaFountain have time to run him down? I don't think so. Let's take a look in turn number 3. He's going to make it close, but he's not going to get there as the 7 of Cody Alman wins qualifier number 2. Jamie LaFountain is 2nd, Speedy Brissett 3rd, 4th to Lonnie Rivers, 5th John Michael Brissett, 6th Brandon Atkins, and 7th to Colleen Salisbury. Helps when the mic's turned up.
Thanks, Rob. It always helps to have the microphone turned on. Let's start to set the field for you. 21 cars are scheduled to take the green flag for the 25-lap feature event tonight for the KRD Trailer Sales Renegade. Starting on point from Peru in car number 5, Mark Karen on the outside of row number 1. In the 357 from Plattsburgh, it will be Curtis Seymour. Row number 2 on the inside in car number 28, he is from Fairfax, Vermont. That's Ryan Booten. He'll start 3rd. On the outside of row number 2 in the 4th starting spot from Sable Forks, it's the 40 for Kenny St. Germain. Row number 3 on the inside, 5th starting spot, he is from Milton, Vermont. That's Vern Woodard. On the outside from Dannemora in the 08 is Andrew Bordeaux. Row 4 on the inside, the 7th starting spot, he's from Fairfax, Vermont. That is Lance Raptoy in car number 11. On the outside from Peru in the 22, it is Rob Favreau. Back a row, and is scheduled to start 9th on the inside of row number 5. That is going to be Rick Donor in car number 1. Rick is from Sable Forks. On the outside in car number 44 from Morrisonville, New York, it is Tyler Terry. Terry will start in the 10th spot. Starting 11th in the H2O from Milton, Vermont, that is Robert Gordon. On the outside in car number 43 from Essex, New York, it is Josh Terry. Next on the grid from Fairfax, 2-time winner this season, the 2-time defending track champ, that is Kevin Booten in car number 25. And then outside in car number 13 from West Shazy, that is last week's winner, Joe Warren. Next on the grid is the Big Daddy, Don Franklin in car number 69. He is from Milton. Outside in car number 51 from West Shazy, it is Freeman Sawyer. Next on the grid in car number 23 from St. Albans, that is John Booten. Outside, it is car number 2. That's the Junk is Beautiful car for Metal Man. Then it is the 07 for Jim Varno. He is from Peru. And having to start shotgun on the field. In car number 70 will be Jason McClatchy. McClatchy, who was so strong in his qualifier, having mechanical problems, and he has to start, well, he's trying to move back towards his original starting spot, which would be 8th on the outside of row number 4, and there's where he belongs, on the outside of row number 4. So McClatchy could be a car to watch in this one, based on how well the yellow is going to stay out. The yellow is going to stay out as they tried to shuffle the field, with McClatchy coming out late and getting his starting spot on the outside of row number 4. That 70 car was stout in his qualifier, so he certainly is a contender in this one. The 357 and 5 both ran strong. They're starting on the front row. They ran well in their qualifiers, so keep an eye on them. The 70 of McClatchy coming back around now. And the 70 is going to the rear of the field because he did not make the original starting call. So he has been sent to the back of the pack with the 70. All right, so it is Karen and Seymour in row number 1. Row number 2 is the 28 for Ryan Booten, and then the 40 of Kenny St. Germain, the 73 of Woodard, the 08 of Bordeaux, the 11 of Raptoy, and the 22 of Rob Favreau. Those cars in the top 8 as we're ready to run 25 laps the distance tonight for the Renegades. Green flag. Karen in the number 5, the 357 of Seymour trying to take the lead. They're 3 wide, racing for the 6th position. Out front, it's the 357 in the lead. Rob Favreau moving on that outside line. As he looks to move towards the top 5, the leader of lap number 1 is going to be Curtis Seymour with the number 357. Mark Karen at car number 5, not going away though. He still works down the inside line. Oh, bobble from the 28 of Booten. He gathers it back up, but they're racing 3 wide for that 6th position. Lance Raptoy in car number 11. The 44 of Tyler Terry moves past on the outside. It's a traffic jam behind the 28 as they're running 3 and even 4 wide off turn number 4. 3 wide along the front stretch. Booten's down the inside. The 13 of Joe Warren works in the middle. The 28 runs that 3rd line. The 73 running almost off the top of the racetrack. 4 wide right behind them. The 73 bouncing towards the bunker. He gets back out on the racetrack. Josh Terry trying to hang on to it. 28 of Booten also trying to hang on to that race car towards the back. A lot of side-by-side racing. 3-4 wide racing through the turns for the Renegades tonight. The leader's Curtis Seymour with a 357. Mark Karen runs 2nd. Andrew Bordeaux runs 3rd. 4th, Rob Favreau in car number 22. And it's Kenny St. Germain in car number 40 rounding out the top 5. Tyler Terry in the 44 runs in the 6th spot. Side by side for 7th. Rick Donor in car number 1 working the inside line, trying to come through. If you can get that inside line to dial in this Renegade division, then you can move to the front, because most of these drivers prefer now the top of the racetrack in this division. And if you can dial the inside in, you're going to find a lot of running room. Curtis Seymour in the 357 is the leader, and you can see the line that he wants to use around the track. He wants the middle to top. Mark Karen at car number 5 has been trying to glue down to the inside line, but again, doesn't pick up a lot of progress off the 2nd turn. He's in danger of losing the 2nd spot to the 08 of Andrew Bordeaux, who's using the top of the racetrack. The leader is the 357 of Seymour. Almost dead even at the line for 2nd. Karen at car number 5, Bordeaux in the 08. Closing in is Tyler Terry in car number 44. The 22 of Rob Favreau, they run side by side for the 4th position. Right behind them, running in the 6th spot, is the 1 of Rick Donor. Throw a blanket on the top 3 cars as they race off turn number 4. It's the 357 showing the way. The 08 of Andrew Bordeaux on the outside had the 2nd spot. Now Mark Karen comes back on the inside for 2nd. But again, you can see turn number 2 is evil for that 5 car. He loses a lot of momentum, and that's where he starts to fall back. Turns 3 and 4 seem to be a better place for that 5 car to run. Here's where he gets a good run off the 4th turn to get right back into the thick of things, although the 08 is going to be able to finish the pass that time off of turn number 4. Along the front stretch, Andrew Bordeaux dives down to the inside, perhaps making a bid for the lead over in turn number 2, and now down the back stretch. The 357 of Seymour is the leader. The 08 of Bordeaux, though, is looking to roll. He's on the inside line trying to come on through. Battle for the lead out front, the 357 and the 08. At the line, it was the 357 by 3 feet, but it's the 08 who puts the nose out in front over in turn number 2. The 357 comes back on the outside. Seesaw battle for the lead. The 08 of Bordeaux, the 357 of Seymour. They race off of turn number 4 down the front stretch. They bang along the front stretch, and at the line it was just about dead even. Bordeaux in the 08 has the lead in turn number 2. The 357 trying to reel him back in on the outside. Mark Karen still runs 3rd. 4th is the 22 of Favreau. 5th is Tyler Terry in the 44. Rick Donor runs 6th. Right behind him is Kevin Booten in car number 25 running in 7th. Lance Raptoy is 8th with car number 11. Andrew Bordeaux is the race leader with the 08. The 357 of Seymour runs 2nd. 3rd is Mark Karen with a 5. 4th is Tyler Terry in the 44. Rob Favreau's 22 rounds out the top 5. Rick Donor is in that 6th spot. A lot of side-by-side racing for that 4th and 5th position as we are halfway in the feature event. Andrew Bordeaux looking for his first career checkered flag in the Renegade division. His lead is now 2 car lengths as he tries to flush the opponents tonight. Bordeaux's lead is building along the front stretch. The 357 still running in that 2nd spot. Tyler Terry trying to take 3rd. That's a lot of T's in that sentence. And he goes to the 3rd spot. Mark Karen in the 5 car goes back to 4th. Side by side racing for 5th. It's Rick Donor in the 1. Here comes Donor trying to come on through. Donor in the 1 car to the inside of Mark Karen's 5. He has 4th. Kevin Booten is glued to the back bumper of the 1. He's working that inside line as well. That inside line moving for the 1 and trying to move for the 25 as he tries to crack the top 5 for the first time all night. Andrew Bordeaux's lead continues to be 3 to 5 car lengths. The 357 holding on to the 2nd spot. Tyler Terry in the 44 looking to the top of the racetrack. Rick Donor glued down to the inside. The 25 of Booten also likes to use the inside line. Now he'll go to the top off turn number 2. Donor to the inside. 3 cars battling for the second spot. Andrew Bordeaux is fine with that as he tries to pull away from that battle for second. Bordeaux still the race leader. The 357 of Seymour holding second. The 44 of Terry looking to the outside. The 1 hoping that 357 will push up the racetrack. Oh, we got a spin over in turn 2. That's Kenny St. Germain in car number 40. Trying to get that car righted, and it is going to bring out a yellow flag. So the yellow flag comes out for the first time in the Renegade feature event. Kenny St. Germain, you see flames from underneath that number 40 car. Shuts it down as he heads over onto the backstretch. And Kenny quickly trying to get out of that automobile as still flames over on the right side as the safety personnel quickly try to get over to car number 40. Flames coming out from underneath the hood of the 40. Kenny St. Germain is out of the car. They're trying to get the hood off and then get some help over there with the extinguishers. Taking a while for safety personnel to get over to turn number 3 to try to douse the flames on the 40 car.
The caution had come out because he went around, obviously, in turn number 2. He got together with the 70 of McClatchy as they were battling in turn number 2, as now they get the water to that number 40 car. But a very strong performance out front for the turd, the 08 of Bordeaux.
Wow. By far the best that we've seen Andrew Bordeaux with that 08 run. I go back a couple of weeks ago. He ran real well with that 08 car as well. Andrew leading by 3 to 5 car lengths after he was able to work to the front of the field.
He is much better than the pinch driver he has, Paul Baker. Paul Baker is usually getting lapped. Andrew Bordeaux, the turd, lapping other cars.
Well, they're able to finally put the flames out on the number 40. Kenny knew that he could see from the driver's seat the flames underneath the hood, and he was quickly out of that car, and you could see as he pulled away from turn number 2 and headed down the backstretch, the flames start to build from under that 10. Just outside the top 10 is Don Franklin, who is 11th. Jason McClatchy is 12th. 13th is Josh Terry. 14th is the 23 of John Booten. 15th would be the 73 of Vern Woodard. Then it's the 2 for Metalman, who is 16th. 17th is the 28 of Ryan Booten, and Freeman Sawyer is 18th. All right, 18 cars still running, 16 laps complete. On our way to 25, here they come, green flag. Oh, it's a good restart for Bordeaux on the inside. The 08 on the hammer and in the lead. The 357 working towards the top of turn number 2. The 44 trying to come through on the inside. The battle is for second. Kevin Booten also looking inside the 1 of Rick Donor. Side-by-side racing for positions 2, 3, 4, and 5. The 1 was bad loose on the top of turn number 4, and he may lose that spot to the 25. Now trying to come back after him. The 25 of Booten had the 4th position, but Rick Donor had a much better run that time off of turn number 2. Good racing for spots second through, well, the second position back through 5th. The leader is Andrew Bordeaux. He doesn't mind them running side by side behind him. That will allow him to pull away. 18 laps now showing complete on the board. Tyler Terry has made the pass for a second. Oh, Bordeaux got off on the backstretch. The 44 coming after him on the inside. The right side tires of the 08 almost into the bunker as he drifted way up high off turn number 2. He's high again off turn number 4. The 44 of Terry has the lead at the line. Let's see if Bordeaux can come back after him. Perhaps that car starting to go away, pushing again off turn number 2. Gets a good run, though, off the top of the second turn. Trying to draw back in. It's Tyler Terry in the 44 showing the way. The 08 of Bordeaux now in the second spot. Oh, he really pushed up off of turn number 2, and that cost him dearly. The 44 has the lead. The 08 now is second. Third is the 357. He's got his hands full. Rick Donor's on the outside. That's where that 357 wants to be on the top. The 1, though, is there. Oh, it's a yellow flag. And we've got a car along the front stretch. That's Freeman Sawyer in the 51. Everybody's going to have to get on the binders as the 51 is prone sideways as they exit off of turn number 4. Everybody's able to whoa it up. And the yellow flag in the Renegade feature event, the 44 of Terry, the 08 of Bordeaux, the 357 of Kurt Seymour, rather. And it is the 1 of Rick Donor, the 25 of Kevin Booten, the 22 of Rob Favreau, the H2O of Rob Gordon, the 5 of Mark Caron. The top 10 is rounded out by the 11 of Lance Raptoy and the 13 of Joe Warren. Those cars run in the top 10 with 5 laps remaining, 20 complete. Tyler Terry trying to pick up his first victory of the season, first career victory perhaps for the 08, should he be able to win. Here they come off turn number 4, green flag. They drag race off into turns 1 and 2. Terry's on the inside, Bordeaux's on the outside. Bordeaux trying to pull even again as they race down the backstretch. Had to get on the binders a little bit early going to turn number 3. The 44 working on that inside line. Trying to pull away along the front stretch of the 08 sideways off of turn number 4. Bumping and banging for that third spot. The 357 of Seymour, the 1 of Donor. Again, the 08 push. Oh, there's contact. Off of turn number 2, the 357 and 1 almost hooked there. Still leaning on each other. Look at the smoke from those two cars all the way down the backstretch. They go up in the turn number 4. Here comes Donor trying to come through in third. Rob Favreau in the 22. Let's see if the tires are able to stay up on both the 1 and the 357. They were leaning on each other all the way down the backstretch. The 44 of Terry has the lead. The 08 runs second. Rick Donor runs third. The 22 of Favreau is in the 4th position. Behind him, it is the two-time defending track champ Booten in the 25. The 357 is sliding backwards now through the field. Cars are trying to drive around him left and right as he is falling back. Oh, the 5 is off the pace. He's getting punched towards the bunker. Oh, 3 wide racing towards the back. Joe Warren's getting all kinds of mixed up there. The 13, white flag is out. Tyler Terry headed towards the first win of the season. Oh, look out, there goes the 23 through the infield. Chaotic final couple of laps for the Renegades. Here they come, racing off of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. It is going to be Tyler Terry. Second to Andrew Bordeaux. Third to Rick Donor. Fourth to the 25 of Booten. Fifth to the 22 of Favreau. Robert Gordon sixth. Looked like Jason McClatchy seventh. Eighth to Lance Raptoy with car number 11. But those final couple of laps, lots of bumping and banging in the Renegade division. But there was no bumping and banging out front. The 44. Andrew Bordeaux finishes in the 2nd spot. A solid run for Andrew. That's his best career finish. Tyler's out of his car. Give him a nice round of applause, everybody. Tyler Terrier, the number 44. Well, a lot of side-by-side racing in that feature event, and you were working your way through the field inside the top 5 for most of the race. And then the 08 pushed up in turn number 2 and really went off the backstretch, and you said, here's my chance.
I wasn't letting off for nothing. This thing's not pretty, but boy, it really flies. We were a little bit loose, but man, that was fun.
A lot of really close racing inside the top 10, side by side for much of the event.
Yeah, that's why we dropped back down to a Renegade. That's what we were looking for. That's what we come here for. I got to thank all my sponsors, especially Mike, Brookfield Excavation. This is his car. Couldn't do it without him. I appreciate it.
Well, congratulations on getting the win, Tyler.
Thanks.
All right, we'll start to set the field for you. Tonight's 30-lap feature event for the Ernie's Discount Tools Modified. Starting on the point in the number 100, the Overlay Vehicle Graphics sponsored machine from St. Remy, Quebec. It is Roger Labrèche. Labrèche looks like needs a push to get out of the staging area. On the outside of row number 1, in the Hiva Corporation-sponsored 327, he's from Sutton, Quebec. That'll be Dan Brown. Row 2 on the inside. In the north end, Harley-Davidson 0. From Sable Forks, it's Todd Ormsby. On the outside, 4th starting position, the Facette Brothers Drywall 17. That's Morrisonville's Jason Durgan. Row number 3 on the inside, 5th starting spot. On board the Alternative System Custom Home, number 97. He's from Kingsbury, New York. That is Chris Vernold. On the outside of row number 3, the 6th starting spot for the TDI Repair Facility B3 from Champlain, New York. It is Aaron Bartamy. Row number 4 on the inside. 7th starting spot. He is the driver of the M25. He's from Saint-Césaire, Quebec, the MV Motorsports machine from Michel Vienne. On the outside of Vienne, in the 8th starting spot, driving the EFG Excavation 44 from Three Rivers, Quebec, it is Alain Fournier. Back to row number 5 on the inside. Ninth starting spot in the 3L. He is from Posted Kill, New York. That's Andy Lindemann. Lindemann driving the Dawson's Body Shop sponsored machine. On the outside of row number 5, the 10th starting spot for the Bangatech Industrial 25. He's from Saint-Césaire, Quebec. That is Max Vienne. Vienne will start in the 10th position. Row number 6 on the inside, 11th starting spot. Egglefield Ford, Riley Ford, number 4. That is Leon Gagnon from Chazy. He'll start 11th on the outside. Driving the Champlain Construction 78 from Brandon, Vermont, it is Vince Quinville. Quinville will start 12th. 13th on the grid. In the CO2, that's a Plattsburgh Radiator-sponsored car from West Chazy. It is Craig Riel. Riel will start 13th on the outside. In the Gayosa Wine and Spirits, number 80 from Morrisonville. And car number 80, it is Andy Haywood. Haywood will start 14th. 15th on the grid. Driving the Saranac Country Store Fournier equipment, number 24 from Saranac Lake, it is Patrick Dupree. Dupree will start 15th. We'll set the rest of the grid when we get a chance. A couple of hot laps for the modifieds as they get some heat into the tires. And we'll get set for their 30-lap feature event. All right, the field will slow. Let's pick up the rest of the lineup. As we said, 15th on the grid is the pistol Patrick Dupree. He's from Saranac Lake on the outside of row number 8, 16th starting spot. That is the Atkins Trucking 1 New York from Clintonville, Greg Atkins. Row number 9 on the inside, 17th starting position, the Fastenal number 10. That is Pat McGrail. McGrail will start 17th outside. And the G-Stone Motors 1X from Middlebury, it is Todd Stone. Row number 10 on the inside. In the 1 Quebec, it is Pierre Berthiaume. He's from Joliet. On the outside in the 99, that is Michael Lebreche from Joliet as well. Row number 11 on the inside, the 18 from Morris Forks, it is Chris Kaye. Outside, the double nickel for Bloomingdale's Matt Woodruff. Next on the grid, the 76 for West Chazy's Mike Wells. Outside, the 02 for Mike Riel. Next, it's car number 19. That is Jesse Mueller. He is from Olmstedville. Outside from Hannibal, New York, it is Andy Powell, the number 3. The final row, the 49 from Chateauguay, Quebec, Richard Tesser. Shotgun in the field, Adam Bartamy will start the 1 New York. That is the backup Atkins machine. Green flag. Green flag flies, and it's a traffic jam in the middle of the pack. Out front, it's Roger Lebreche in the number 100. Lebreche shows the way down the backstretch with Dan Brown running in the second spot, 3 wide. Look at Vince Quinville go to the top. Quinville in the 78 trying to pick up 2 spots, take it right up to the wall off turn number 4. He'll do it in that 78 car. Nice move by Vince Quinville to get 2 spots. Keep an eye. Oh, look out, we got a problem over at turn number 1. Craig Riel, Todd Stone, Matt Woodruff. The 49 ends up off the top of turn number 1. Jesse Mueller, the 19, ends up down in the infield, which is the Sportsman mod that Brandon Atkins was piloting a little bit earlier. All right, ready for a restart. 1 complete, on our way to 30. Roger Lebreche, Dan Brown. Lebreche is on the hammer. Here he comes into turn number 4, down the front stretch. There's the green flag. Lebreche left Dan Brown standing at the altar. Brown running in the second spot. They mix it up off turn number 2. 3 wide down the backstretch. Quinville's working that rim again. 3 wide going to turn number 3. Lindemann's on the inside. Fournier goes to the top. Quinville has to get on the binders. 3 wide down the front stretch. Boy, Vince Quinville is racy with that number 78. Moving down to the inside line. Max Vienne on the 25 and Aaron Bartamy run wheel to wheel. They're going to think about 3 wide going to turn 3, trying to get around the 0 of Todd Ormsby. That has not been an easy task at times tonight, getting around that 0 machine. The leader out front is Roger Lebreche. Then it is Dan Brown second. Jason Durgan is third. Chris Vernold runs fourth. Here comes Bartamy with a good run on top. Max Vienne down to the end zone. Oh, look out. Max Vienne's in trouble over at turn number 3. Everybody trying to get on the binders. Look at Pat Dupree's move. He's going to get a couple of spots out of that. Dupree's rocking and rolling. The man in black, the 24, moving into the top 10. Dupree trying to go after Andy Lindemann. As the 25 of Max Vienne diving down to the inside of the 0 of Todd Ormsby, and that almost was disastrous for all the parties involved. Roger Lebreche, the number 100, has a near backstretch lead already. The 327 runs second. Battle for third, Chris Vernold's knocking on a back bumper. The 17 of Durgan. Vernold trying to get to the show spot. Vernold runs fourth. Fifth, it is Todd Ormsby. Sixth is Aaron Bartamy. Seventh is Max Vienne. Eighth is Patrick Dupree. Ninth is Andy Lindemann. Lindemann had contact with the 78 as he came down on the inside. Quinville trying to get through with that 78 machine. as he tries to take that position away from Andy Lindemann. Quenneville in the 78, Lindemann in the 3, and it is Quenneville who will get the spot. Oh, contact going to 1. Lindemann, the 78, get together. McGrail, oh, car hard on the wall. That's the 0-2 of Mike Riel. Craig Riel in the CO2. Also there on the inside. Seven laps complete, ready for a restart. Ernie's Discount Tools Modified is ready to get back after it. It'll be LaBreche in the 100, Brown in the 327. And the 327 hang with him, well, we'll see. They actually box it up along the backstretch. Brake check for some of the cars. Ready to roll, LaBreche is on a hammer, and he again is checking out. Here he comes, green flag. The B3 of Bartamy tries to get around the 0 of Todd Ormsby. He's hooked, though, down the inside. Ormsby, a little bit of bobble, and we're in turn number 2. Pushed up the track. Here comes Max Vienne through on the inside. 25 of Max Vienne trying to gain a position. Patrick Dupree has moved down to the inside line, and Ormsby's going to lose 2, make it 3, maybe 4. Here comes the 10 of Pat McGrail. McGrail in the number 10 moving through to the inside. Here comes Bartamy looking at Durgan. Aaron Bartamy in the B3, 3 wide, going to 3. Atkins backed out of it. Good move. Leon Gagne was there in the 4 as well as the 0 pushes up the track again at turn number 4. Out front, it's 100 LaBreche, the 327 of Dan Brown. Third's the 97 of Vernal. The Bartamy B3 is 4th. Here comes Dupree. A man in black running in the 5th spot, trying to get that 4th position away from Bartamy. He has moved past Durgan. Durgan is right on his back bumper. Also moving is McGrail. McGrail in the number 10 is there. Max Vienne in the 25 to the inside. McGrail looks to the outside. Dan Brown is closed. Boy, LaBreche is way off the pace now. Dan Brown right on the back bumper of the 100. After that previous restart, Roger LaBreche ran away. Something's wrong with the 100. He might have a tire going down. Dan Brown takes the lead away. I think the right rear is going away on the number 100. Dan Brown is the leader. Here comes Bartamy in the B3 looking to move underneath. He could go to 2nd. Chris Vernal's there in the 97. LaBreche in the 100 having a real tough time now in 3 and 4. Here comes the inside line moving through. Aaron Bartamy goes to 2nd. Roger LaBreche in the 100 back to 3rd. Now back to 4th as Dupree moves underneath. Vernal's going to move underneath. LaBreche back to the 5th spot. Something amiss on the number 100. He is way off the pace that he was setting earlier in the race. I think it's a slow leak, and that right rear is going down on the 100. The 97 of Vernal is now 4th. Max Vienne trying to get to the top 5. 6th, right behind is the number 10 of McGrail, although don't count LaBreche out. He's now putting back a little bit of a fight in that number 100. The leader is Dan Brown. Patrick Dupree going after Aaron Bartamy for the 2nd spot. Bartamy in the B3 running 2nd. Patrick Dupree runs 3rd with the 24. Then it's Vernal, 3 wide going to turn number 4. Max Vienne coming through on the inside. We're halfway. Pat McGrail, the number 10, has moved to the 6th spot. LaBreche is back to 7th now. 8th is Leon Gagne. 9th is Jason Durgan. Make it 9th, Greg Atkins. 10th is Durgan. 11th is Todd Stone. Stone moves to the inside. He'll get a position and move to the top 10. Point leader Todd Stone working underneath the 17 of Durgan to get the 10th position away. Dan Brown is looking for his first career victory. What an upset this would be if Brown could pull off the win. The 327 leads by 3 car lengths. Dan Brown showing the way. Aaron Bartamy in the B3 is starting to close in. Problems over at turn number 4. Oh, one car skipped the wheel. Bertiome in the 1 was slow. The 0 of Ormsby skipped the wheel. And that's going to bring out a yellow flag. They broke on the right rear of the 0 car. That car running right on the tire. Spring, it popped right out of the 0. You can see that spring rolling across the start-finish line, and Bartamy just about punched it. Dupree also punches it. Vernal just missed it. Well, the yellow flag back out. The spring sitting right on. Now the race leader, and the clench green flag is in hand. That tells the drivers we're going to get back after it next time by. Single file in the restart as per the dirt car rule book. Past the halfway point of the feature event. Single file in the restart. Bartamy, Dupree, Vernal, McGrail, Vienne. Top 5 cars. You've got some heavy hitters that are at the front of the field. This should be a great finish. 17 laps complete. On our way to 30. Bartamy is checking out. Here they come off of turn number 4 along the front stretch. Green flag. Oh, in the wall. It is the 97 of Vernal. Punches the wall. Look out on the front stretch. Everybody dives down to the inside. Oh, that could have been a disaster. The 97 of Vernal pushed up off turn number 4, coming to take the green flag, and he rides the wall along the front stretch. What an awful break for the third place runner. Chris Vernal through the finish of this race. Barnamy in the B3, Dupree in the 24, McGrail in the 10. Trying to get heat in the tires, scrub them off as they get ready to run again. And it's Max Vienne in the 25, Labreche in the number 100, Gagnon in the 4, Atkins in the 1 New York, Stone in the 1X, Durgan in the 17. And then Andy Haywood in car number 80 to round out the top 10. Ready to run, 17 complete. Bartamy will set the pace. He's on it. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag. Top 3 cars pull away off turn number 2. Dupree had a little bobble off 2. That allows McGrail to close in with the number 10. Bartamy's lead is 5 car lengths. Aaron Bartamy looking to become the 4th different winner in 4 weeks. Patrick Dupree would like to be the first repeat winner. Oh, Todd Stone had to get on the binders as the 4 of Leon Gagnon drove him right down to the infield. Stone was looking to get a spot on Gagnon. Oh, Stone is in the bunker now. There's the point leader off the racetrack. Almost lost a spot to Durgan. Now here comes Durgan underneath. He's going to get that spot away from Todd Stone. The point leader's in trouble. Stone loses a spot. Looked like he was going to get one from Leon Gagnon on the inside. Gagnon drove him right down to the infield. And then off turn number 2, Stone drove into the bunker. The leader out front is Aaron Bartamy, and his lead is 6 car lengths with 10 laps to go. Patrick Dupree runs second. Pat McGrail is a car length behind Dupree in third. Then it's a big gap back to Max in the 25. And running in the 5th spot is Labreche. Greg Atkins trying to close in the 1 New York. Then it's Leon Gagnon, the 1X of Stone, the 17 of Durgan, and the 80 of Haywood, rounding out the top 10. Single file around much of the racetrack. Virtually the entire field now running single file around the track. Aaron Bartamy's race to lose with lap 22 going up on the board. Bartamy's lead is 10. Dupree running in the 2nd spot. Pat McGrail trying to close to the back bumper. As the leader is setting a pretty good pace now. The Labreche 100 trying to fend off the 1 New York of Greg Atkins. Atkins trying to get to the top 5. Max Vienne is sliding back in the 25 to those 2 cars as they race off turn number 4. Vienne in the 25 is in the 4th position. The 100 of Labreche runs 5th. And it's Greg Atkins in the 1 New York. Andy Haywood trying to get a spot away from Jason Durgan to move to 9th. Todd Stone is back on the bumper of the 4 of Leon Gagnon. Had a tough time last time trying to work past that 4 car. Still Bartamy out front. Next time by, he'll get the sign that there's 5 laps to go. Here comes Bartamy off the 4th turn. High 5 for Bartamy, 5 to go. Second is still Dupree. Third is McGrail, the number 10. Running in the 4th spot, still Vienne. 5th is Labreche. 6th is the 1 New York of Atkins. That is starting to close. Those cars, the 25 of Vienne, the 100 Labreche, 1 New York of Atkins, the 4 of Gagnon, the 1X of Stone, closing in on one another, battling for position. Vienne in the 4th spot. 5th Labreche. 6th Atkins. Atkins looks down to the inside. 7th Gagnon. 8th Todd Stone. The leader working up on some of the slower cars near the back of the pack. That includes Andy Powell's number 3. Powell moves down to the inside. Bartamy drives past. Aaron Bartamy on his way to his first win of 2012. Bartamy looking to become the 4th different winner of the season in the modifieds. 2 laps to go now for Aaron Bartamy. Bartamy's lead is half the backstretch over the 24 of Patrick Dupree. Then it is the 10 of McGrail running in that 3rd position. The leader works off turn 4 with a white flag out. 1 final lap to go for Aaron Bartamy. He's got Alain Fournier's number 44 in front of him, and then the 78 of Vince Quinville. Not sure he really has to worry about these cars, but he's going to try to work around them anyways. With a white flag out, here comes your winner. Aaron Bartamy from Champlain in the B3 wins it. Race for 2nd, it's Dupree. Then the 10 of McGrail. Here they come for 4th. It's Max Vienne. 5th is Roger Labreche. Then it's 6th, Greg Atkins. 7th, Leon Gagnon. 8th, Todd Stone. 9th to Andy Haywood. And 10th, I believe, was the 1 Quebec for Pierre Bertillon. Now Max Vienne holds on to the 4th spot. Roger Labreche climbing out of his car now. Give him a nice round of applause, everybody. It's Aaron Bartamy getting the win. All right, Aaron Barnaby gets a drink of water, a well-earned drink of water, and he'll come around this side of the race car. Robbie and I were talking before the race, and we said the B3 looked good in his qualifier. Come on right back over here, Aaron. The B3 looked good in his qualifier, and your starting position on the outside of row number 3, you must have felt you had a pretty good opportunity to perhaps get the win tonight, and indeed you did.
Yeah, we had a good car. We changed it. The boys stayed till like 2 in the morning every night this week, and last weekend this car I don't even think would have made it in a Sportsman modified. It was just out to lunch, and boys brought it back this week. We had some problems in the heat that we came back and said, so we tore it down and didn't make the hot laps, which I wanted to. I just wanted to get a little bit more comfort under me. They proved it again. We came from nothing, and here we are.
Well, when all that work goes into the race car and you end up in victory lane, it certainly has to be gratifying. You were running in the second spot. It looked like you weren't pushing things when you were behind Dan Brown. It looked like you were probably happy to just ride around a few laps and wait and see where his car goes.
I was just riding there. I knew what I had for a car. It was hot out. Just waiting to see what the car did on long runs. We had a couple short runs there, so I knew what I had in my hands. I just had to play with them, and that's where it ended up. We just sat and relaxed, and again, we ran against Patrick Dupree, one of the best guys up here in the Northeast, and we race clean every time we go up against each other. So.
And then as you were running in the second spot, the 327 goes to the pits under yellow. You inherit the lead. And then from there, it's just hitting your marks and trying to stay focused. You did a great job on every restart. You set the pace, and you really wanted to go, and you were able to pull away.
Yeah, I've always tried to learn. I've been up against Kenny Tremont on restarts and stuff. He's taught me a couple tricks and stuff. Been up against Patrick Dupree, and I just gave it all we had tonight. I know the boys did it all week long, so I had to do my part, and here we are.
Congratulations, Aaron. Nice job.
Thanks, man.
All right, that's Aaron Barnaby. He gets the win. We'll talk quick with Pat.
Slows down, except for Rob Saenz. Now he sees it. The field slows down along the front stretch. Collins and Sherman look to try it again. As the last time was a kind of a slow pace. Let's see what Collins has in store this time. Remember, Sales and Leclerc coming from rather deep in the pack. They're going to have to hard charge up to the front of the field if they want to win this one. Here they come. Colin Sherman off of turn number 4. Green. Flag is out. Again, LeVere looks 3 wide as he shoves the nose down underneath the Chris 54. They're 3 wide into turn number 2. Chris prevails on that high side. As Collins is the leader out front, Sherman second. Here comes C.J. LeVere. Throws it on the inside. Look out. We have one car sideways. Looks like the 6 of Ty Drown. He and the 02 of Riel get together. And again, we have a yellow. First lap to go up on the board. As yet again, Collins and Sherman will attempt to complete lap number 1.
As they would say in showbiz, this is take 3.
That's right. We hopefully it won't be strike 3 because then they'll be out.
And then they would click that thing down. Wonder if there's a technical name for that. Drawboard? You sure about that? No. Come on, Joe. Give us good advice at least.
All right, here they come off of turn number 4. Green. Flag is out. Jason Chris knew this time that C.J. LeVere was going to try and split the middle. He quickly got down on the inside, and now he's challenging for the lead. Off of turn number 2, he's got the nose down on the inside. Collins holds that top spot, and now here comes Sherman looking to move through on the inside. Jason Chris in that number 54 takes over the lead off of turn number 4. We've got a little bit of contact mid-pack. Look out, Tim LaFountain's in the wall. Matt Brusso's sideways. The 02 of Riel is hooked with the 26. He gets punched. LaFountain's in the wall again. Sales and the 7 of Leclerc are together. And again, goes by on the high side, but Turner's not going away down on the inside. They're side by side for the 5 spot. The 13 of Lavarnway's on the inside, and the 4 of Lavera's on the high side. Jason Chris has now passed the 21 of Sherman for the 2nd spot. They box it up a little bit at the top of turn number 2 as Turner drifted up the track. They run 3 wide into turn number 3. Lavarnway and Lavere now battle side by side for the 4 spot. At the line, Lavere has the 4 spot by a couple feet. Chad Collins bobbles out of turn number 1, leaves the inside open for the 54 of Chris. But down the backstretch, Collins battles back. Collins is very strong off of turn number 2, but here in turns number 3 and 4 is where Chris pulls away. As he does, Jason Chris is the new leader. 3 wide down the front stretch. LeClaire down on the far inside, Lavarnway in the middle, and Lavere on the outside. 3 L's run together as now LeClaire has passed both of those cars and he shoots into the 4 spot. Eric Sales kind of losing that number 7 of LeClaire. You have to wonder if perhaps that 47 made a little more contact than that 7 did with the 26 of Baruso, and that could be impeding his progress throughout this feature. Josh LeClaire now looks down to the inside of Chad Collins for the 2 spot. They run 3 wide for the number 4 spot. Lavere ends up coming out with it. Here's a good move by Eric Sales. Sales stays in it down to the inside into turn number 3. Look out, he gets a little sideways as Lavarnway got a piece of the back bumper. As we are now halfway in this mini-mod feature. Some hairy moments around the 5 spot as they dice in and out for that 5th position. Lavarnway now looks down to the inside of Sherman as they run side by side, battling for the 5th spot. Let's set the field. Out front, it's the 54 of Jason Chris, but he's quickly being run down by the 7 of Josh LeClaire. 3rd is Chad Collins. 4th, the 47 of Eric Sales. 5th is CJ Lavere in that number 4. As let's see if lap traffic plays any factor in this outcome. As Jason Chris pushes up high to go around these lap cars, Josh LeClaire sees an opening down to the inside. Josh LeClaire sticks the 7 down to the inside. Can Jason Chris try to shut the door in time, pick him behind that lap car? Yes, he can off of turn number 4 as they now see the passing flag as they dart down to the inside to the lap cars. Jason Chris pulls away off of turn number 1, but a great run off of turn number 2. Josh LeClaire vaults down to the inside in turn number 3. Uses the Mike Bruno lane down in turn number 3. Kicks it up in the dirt. Backs out of it into turn number 4. Jason Chris still has the lead. Jason Chris pushes up off of turn number 2. This is Josh LeClaire's strong point. Look at him vault off of turn number 2. Into turn number 3. He pulls even almost. Has a look down to the inside off of turn number 4. This is where Chris is usually strongest. On the high side, he can't do it this time. Josh LeClaire, the new leader. Let's watch that number 7 off of turn number 2.
Man, flying off too.
Just vaults off of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Not so much that time as he wasn't on the high side. Jason Chris sits 2nd. 3rd is Eric Sales. 4th, Mike Whalen. Got a car into the infield on the backstretch. Not sure with the number. 15 of Mark Ozier. Josh LeClaire in the number 7, had 2 to go that time by. He works in turn number 3. Now out of turn number 4, 1 to go for Josh LeClaire. Josh LeClaire picked up the win on opening day. And then back-to-back wins for the 47 of Sales. As we have a spin in turn number 3. Montroy spins the 71. The 7 of LeClaire darted to the right quick. He's going to win it. LeClaire wins it. 2nd will be Jason Chris. 3rd, Eric Sales. 4th will go to Mike Whalen. And rounding out the top 5 will be the 4 of CJ Lavere. As we finish under checkers and yellow.
It wasn't an easy one for him as he had to work through 4 restarts and then get around the 54 of Jason Chris, who was fast tonight. He's hopping out of the car now. Let's have a nice round of applause. Josh Leclerc. Well, I just mentioned this one wasn't easy, as 4 restarts. Talk about that one restart where it looked like you might have got into the 26. What did you see from your vantage point?
When we came off 4, the 26 had a wicked run on the 41, and he just got into the left rear and put him in the wall here, and then it caused a melee and won. And good thing we got by it because it was a good wreck there.
Now, the car, as it seemed again as the race went on, the car seemed to get stronger, and you were able to work around the 54. Talk about how important it is almost to this car to really get going, and then it seems like it really sticks for you.
Yeah, this class is all about handling. There's no motor whatsoever for these cars. You just got to be able to turn through the corner, and with the way we got this one set up, it gets better and better every lap. So, I mean, right there, that's where we're ahead of the game. So I'd like to thank my sponsors, Ernie's Discount Tools, Coyote Fireworks, and Chris Fabrications.
All right, congratulations on win number 2.
Thank you very much.
That's Josh Leclerc. One more feature left to go, and that is the modified Sportsman.
Sportsman Modified, set to run. Will be a 20-lap feature with Cody Aubin and Sebastian Fournier setting the field. Here they come. Off the 4th turn. Down the front stretch, green, flag is out. A slot car race off the start as Fournier and Aubin switch lanes. Sebastian Fournier takes the lead from the outside as Cody Aubin sits in the 2nd spot. Look at Lonnie Rivers go on the inside. They boxed it up a little bit mid-pack as Nick Haywood gets mixed up as he now ducks down to the inside of Lonnie Rivers. A little bit of contact between the 24 of Susi and the 7 of Rivers. Rivers rights the ship as he works down the backstretch in the number 4 spot. Here comes Jake Branham with a nose down to the inside of the 7. Jake Branham can't get it to stick off of turn number 4 as the 7 has the 2 spot.
Rob, we are going to run 25 laps tonight for the Sportsman Modified, so a 25-lap feature event for the Sportsman Mod.
Trouble off the top of turn number 2 is Eric Lozier loops it And he is parked on the entrance to the racetrack. We are going green this time by. A very slow pace by Sebastian Fournier in the 99. As if he is driving through a school zone right now. We saw the 7 and the 99 trade places almost as they came down to take the green flag. The 7 of Aubin shot up to the top of the track, and then the 99 elected to move down. As now they're just getting into turn number 3, a very slow pace by Sebastian Fournier. Now he gets on the hammer in the middle of 3. Here they come off of 4, green flag. A little bit of contact on the start between Fournier and Aubin. That drop kicks Aubin from 2nd to 5th. As off in the bunker is JMB, John Michael Brissett. Through 3 and 4, the 1 of Jake Branham holds the 2nd spot. Lonnie Rivers on the high side. And Nick Haywood looks down on the inside. The battle is on for 3rd. Nick Haywood has the inside groove. Outside groove is the R7. Look at the 29 vault off of turn number 2. Looks like Cody Aubin's off the pace on the back stretch. Again, Eric Lozier is off of turn number 2. He regains at the tail end of the field, but the 7 of Aubin has trouble as he is parked atop turn number 3. And again, this time by, again, running 25 laps, unlike listed in the program. Decided to bump it up to 25 laps tonight for the modified Sportsman.
I think with the field increasing as well, it also accounts for the increase in the number of laps.
Here they come. Again, Fournier gets on it pretty early. Green flag. Very risky as he takes it up in front of that. Look out. The 29 sideways. The 20 is shooting right towards the jersey barrier. He punches that jersey barrier hard. As it looked like the 24 of Susi got a piece of the 29 of Haywood.
And then all heck broke loose.
That's right. Turn number 4, green, flag is out. Sebastian Fournier takes the lead as Jake Branham runs 2nd. Lonnie Rivers in the 27, look out, Chris Susi again getting into a car. This time he was a little hot into turn number 3, got into the back of Lonnie Rivers. As Rivers had a nose down to the inside of Jake Branham. Again, looks down on the inside of Branham, look out, Lozier almost clipped the tire down on the inside. He runs side by side for the 2 spot as well as the 4 spot. And a little bit of side by side racing mid-pack. Nick Haywood looking to move back through the field. Doesn't appear that his car is off the pace as he's moving at a pretty good clip. Speedy Brissett looking to move on the inside. He's flying past the inside of his teammate. That's the 14 of John Michael Brissett. Hey, look at one car on the move, the 33 of Travis Bruno. Started towards the back of the field. Again, Lozier off of turn number 2. What else is new?
He heads into that 2nd turn and literally picks the left front wheel right up off the racing surface. They really have to try to help him and figure out the setup with that 28. The left front tire is not even in contact with the track as he heads into turn 2.
Look at there he goes again. Sebastian Fournier's out front. 2nd is Lonnie Rivers. Hey, look at who's 3rd. Now cracked into the top 3, Travis Bruno. It was a nice job for him as his first week out. 4th is Jake Branham, but the question is for how long, as Nick Haywood has a beat down on the inside. Into turn number 3, Nick Haywood throws the car down on the inside. Will it hook up? Yes, it will. Nick Haywood in the 29, still fighting for that number 4 spot as he gets it off of turn number 2. Jake Branham back to 5th. Speedy Brissett moves through for 6 on the inside. Chris Susi in the 24, 7th. 8th is John Michael Brissett. 9th is Brendan Atkins. 10th is Colleen Salisbury. And rounding out the field in the number 28 is Eric Lozier, as he is really fighting that car as the wheels are yanked to the left and that car doesn't want to turn left. Wisely takes that 28 rather fast back over into the garage area as perhaps he was playing Dukes of Hazzard as he goes over into the garage area.
I think that was a sign of frustration. He's had enough of that thing. That was like riding one of those wild bulls that they have in some of the Texas saloons.
They had one of those at the prom.
off.
They had one of those at the after prom party. Nonetheless, Nick Haywood looking down on the inside of Travis Bruno as he bobbled a little bit. Nick Haywood now cracks into the top 3 as they are now halfway for the modified sportsman feature, and Sebastian Fournier has checked out. Nick Haywood has a beat down on the inside. Look at him go down the backstretch. Nick Haywood darts into the number 2 spot down on the inside of Lonnie Rivers. Can he make it stick off of turn number 4? Yes, he can. Nick Haywood has the 2nd spot. Travis Bruno in that number 33, looking to reel in that 7 as Lonnie Rivers really struggles off of turn number 2. That 7 slows on the exit of turn number 2. And now the same thing off of turn number 4 is now he is fighting that number 7, handling issues for the 7 of Rivers. That R7 again pushes high. Travis Bruno takes advantage, goes down to the inside as 10 laps remain for the 99 of Fournier. A little bit of contact off of turn number 4 between Rivers and Bruno. Rivers really trying to fight that ill-handling race car to maintain that top 3 position. But Travis Bruno completes the pass into turn number 3. Lonnie Rivers doing all he can to stay with Travis Bruno. And Travis Bruno in that number 33, first time out this week, pulls away from Lonnie Rivers down the backstretch. Speedy Brissett is now cracked into the top 5. He is now right on the back door of the 7 of Lonnie Rivers. Sebastian Fournier now working up on the lap car number 13. That is Colleen Salisbury. Colleen Salisbury, one driver who always holds their line and is very good about that. And she stays down to the inside, and Sebastian Fournier works around.
Nick Haywood is driving like a man on a mission right now. He is chasing down Sebastian Fournier, and he is going to have a say in this outcome with 5 laps to go.
Just 5 laps remain. Is that enough time for Nick Haywood? I sure think so.
I think so, no question.
He just ran him down. He just took the half backstretch advantage of Fournier away in about 3 laps.
Yeah, Haywood just turned a lap time that was about a tenth of a second faster than the 99. That 29 is chasing down the 99. He is about a tenth of a second faster on the score clock.
Nick Haywood in the 29 with another good run through 1 and 2. Sebastian Fournier, not that bad either. Pulls away a little bit down the backstretch. Nick Haywood into turn number 3, really close. Off of turn number 4, looks down to the inside, but can't get there. Sebastian Fournier holding him off, but he's leaving that inside open. As now Sebastian Fournier really needs the vault off of turn number 2. Nick Haywood has the wheels there on the left side. Fournier in the 99, Haywood in the 29. Coming down, Popsicle sticks her out. Fournier by a couple feet. Fournier in that number 99 has the lead. Bobbles a little bit in turn number 2. Haywood very fortunate as he drives through on the inside, even into turn number 3. Haywood sticks the nose in front through 3 and 4. Off of turn number 4, your new leader, Nick Haywood. Sebastian Fournier bobbled last time on the high side. Going to take one more try off of turn number 2. Good run for Sebastian Fournier. Nick Haywood does a nice job to break the momentum. Sebastian Fournier, look down.
Oh, he flipped the tire.
The tire.
Left front is broken on that 99.
He could be in a lot of trouble. Nick Haywood's going to win it. Sebastian Fournier is headed to the infield.
Oh, no.
That's very unfortunate for Fournier. Travis Bruno finishes second. Third is going to go to Lonnie Rivers. Fourth, Speedy Brissett. And running at the top 5 will be Jake Moreno. Just an awful way to end for Sebastian Fournier.
He made a move for the win, clipped the tire down on the inside.
And he was very generous, too, by backing out of it. Very unfortunate for Sebastian Fournier.
And he ends up not finishing by about 50 yards. Well, Robbie is going to go down trackside and interview now 3-time winner Nick Haywood. He's won.
All right, Nick Haywood out of the car. Let's have a nice round of applause. Nick Haywood. Well, it's a little more difficult when you have to come from the back of the pack. Not necessarily the back, but middle of the pack. Talk about the difficulty. You talked about it on week number 1. These open wheels really create, you got to be careful, and it creates a problem sometimes, and we saw that tonight. Talk about the race.
Yeah, that was completely my fault in turn 1 and 2. I thought I had cleared them, but I didn't. So hopefully nothing's too hurt on the car. It seemed pretty fast, and I kind of drive a little different when I get mad, so kind of no fear. But the car was great. I mean, car's been good all day, and I got to thank my sponsors: Budweiser, Russo Contracting, TB Metals, Murphy's Bar, Proof Farm Center, Clipper Corner, Warren Tire. I got to thank my crew. They every week, man, they're at the house working on the car every night of the week. And my Uncle Andy, he made the call tonight, and it was a good call. So definitely thanks, everybody, and good job to everybody else.
All right, that's Nick Haywood. He wins. 3rd win for Nick. We'll get a word with Travis Bruno.